Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel where I teach you guys and give you guys advice on weight loss and how to lose weight to get the best results. I myself have lost over 130 pounds and I recently went on a weight loss journey where I lost 25 pounds in 30 days, aka 25 pounds in a month. So I want to share with you guys some tips on how to speed up your weight loss results whether or not you have a specific plan. So the first thing that I'm going to get into is exactly what I ate in a day to be able to lose weight this way. So regardless of what diet plan I chose to do, I always ate in a calorie deficit and usually the same amount of calories. So whenever I'm trying to lose weight, I eat around 1,500 calories a day. I try to never restrict myself lower than that. Now, of course, when we are dieting and exercising, every day is not going to be perfect. Some days we are going to indulge in foods that we love. So for my body, I am 5'8" and I am young. I do eat this way and I don't have any problem when I'm trying to lose weight and cutting my calories to this amount. But this time around, I lost 25 pounds in only 1 month, about 2 months ago. And I ate 3 meals a day and each meal was around 500 calories. My diet consists of whole grains, plant protein, low sugar fruit, and complex carbs. So I'm kind of going to break this down for you, and I'm also going to show you guys an example meal of what I eat in a day to lose weight this way. For my whole grains, I would eat things like oatmeal. I absolutely love oatmeal. I kind of think that I'm addicted. Or whole grain bread. Usually if you eat white bread, it does have a lot more calories. So whole grain bread that I find usually has a lower glycemic index, or meaning it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. And the bread that I eat is usually 60 calories per slice. So this helps me with my calorie deficit, but it also allows me to eat some type of grain or carbs and still enjoy myself. And as far as my complex carbohydrates go, I have a balance of beans or potatoes. I am very picky, but that is usually what I would also eat as far as carbs, besides any type of whole grains like oatmeal or bread. I'm not really a big rice lover. I can kind of live without it, but if I do eat rice, I don't really care if it's white rice or brown rice, but preferably I would eat brown rice. In regards to plant protein, I usually drink protein shakes, and the reason why I do this with plant protein is because they do have a lot of added vitamins inside of plant protein. So they have iron, magnesium, things that I need to carry out my day, and that's helpful for me to get nutrients within inside of my diet that I may be lacking. Sure, you can eat meat and get protein this way, but for me specifically, it's easier to be able to drink things that have vitamins in them. I'm not really like the supplement type of person who likes to swallow pills down. I'm uncomfortable doing that. If you eat meat, you can just eat regular meat and get your protein that way as well. As far as eating sugar goes, preferably I like to eat only fruit, just because my body doesn't really react well to eating a lot of processed sugar. So an example of some low glycemic index fruits, or fruits that have low amounts of sugar, are like berries or things like that. Sometimes I eat bananas, but I'm not the type of person who likes like pineapple. Watermelon is okay, but those really sweet fruits don't really work well with my body, so I tend to avoid them. The water and the sugar makes me feel really full, but it also really bloats me and makes me very uncomfortable. With my fats, I would just eat natural fats, so oils. I try to stay away from any type of super processed oil like canola oil, vegetable oil. I don't really eat those things. I usually eat like avocado oil or olive oil to cook with. It just works better for my body. So let's talk about exercising. So for me personally, last year I was kind of traumatized. I used to go to the gym almost every single day, and then I wasn't able to go to the gym for about 9 months. And because of that, I kind of adapted and learned how to exercise outside or naturally with minimal equipment. And personally, Personally, I am a cardio lover. I love running, but it can be physically hard on my body going on mile runs every single day. Walking for weight loss is great. It's kind of trending right now. I started getting into walking because my full-time job is stationed from my house. So just to get exercise on a daily basis, I have to go for walks or I have to go and run errands to get any type of activity. And because I started doing this more and more and I decided to lose weight, I was able to see results just by walking for weight loss. However, I go on multiple walks a day to be able to get my miles in. So minimally, I would do about 4 to 5 miles every single day. And this includes eating in a calorie deficit and any type of other activity that I do. I go for a walk in the morning time. I usually exercise or go for another walk during the day. And then right now, because it is summer fall, it's a little bit hot outside. So I also go for a walk right before the sun sets, just so I'm not like exhausting my body in the heat. The same goes for any type of cardio that I do. I personally just like to run or run at an incline. I used to do this outside, but it is very stressful on my joints. So I just go on a treadmill and either do an incline or no incline, depending on how my body is feeling. And I try to do 3 to 4 miles. And then last year I got into jump roping. I really like jump roping because it's a good way to burn calories and fat within a short amount of time. You only have to jump rope for about 25 to 30 minutes to burn an insane amount of calories. I did a jump rope challenge a while back and I was able to really see good results by doing this. So I kind of just stuck with it and it is my go-to when I don't want to walk like 5 miles every single day. So recently what I've been seeing on the internet is a lot of misinformation about weight loss and what times you should eat and whether or not it makes a difference. To be honest with you, I used to talk about intermittent fasting a lot on my channel, and now that I have lost weight in a different way that isn't as restrictive, I've realized that it really just depends on your body and what your body can adjust to and your metabolism and all of these factors that really play into if your body is burning fat or not. Personally, when I exercise and I eat in a calorie deficit and I practice healthy habits, I naturally intermittent fast, especially if I'm eating 3 meals a day that are 500 calories. I naturally feel more satiated and it allows me to eat less throughout the day. Also, I've noticed that if I have higher activity or if I work out more rather than when I don't, then typically I am not as hungry. Also, if I'm practicing healthy habits, I tend to wake up earlier. So if I am dieting and exercising and not going too crazy on things that I know that will make me like groggy, like overeating on sugar the night beforehand, I tend to wake up early around 8 to 9 a.m. That's not really early, but that's early to me. And I will wake up around 8 or 9 a.m. and then technically break my fast at 12 and then eat from probably 12 to 6 every single day. So 1 meal at 12, 1 meal around 3, and then probably the last meal around 5 to 6 p.m. But I also want to say that I also listen to my body's hunger cues. So I also was not afraid to eat more so at night if I was still feeling like painstakingly hungry. I don't have any health or dietary needs that go along with living such a restrictive lifestyle. So it really depends on you and listening to your body and what it needs during the period of time. Now I want to talk about some foods that I avoided. So coming back onto YouTube and trying to basically preach about how to lose weight just with a calorie deficit and no restriction, I have been trying to not demonize foods as much as possible, but personally I do avoid some foods because they do not make me feel good. Usually I do stay away from high sugar foods. Sometimes I indulge in sugar if I feel like not being so restrictive, but I usually cut out sugar completely unless it's coming from fruit. This is just my personal preference. Like I said, you don't have to do this. I also stay away from highly processed food like chips or candy because in my personal experience with my body, it has never really served me well. Anytime I eat chips, I usually overindulge in them and they make me feel really bad and really oily. I don't like eating things that have high amounts of processed oils inside of them. I also stay away from inflammatory foods such as dairy products. Now, for everyone, this may not be inflammatory, but I do not consume any dairy products. Only minimally, like little amounts of butter if I need to, like if I'm eating popcorn or something, but I try to stay away from it as much as possible. So I'm gonna give you guys some helpful lessons or tips that I learned in this past weight loss journey where I lost 25 pounds in only 1 month. So my number one tip for you to be able to speed up your weight loss results is to stay on track and to eat in a calorie deficit. No matter what diet you choose to go on, of course, different ones have different properties and they should benefit your health in different types of ways. But if you're solely looking to just lose weight, then your go-to is just to eat in a calorie deficit. Like I said, I think no matter what diet you do, this is going to be the one principle that you have to follow on any type of fitness, cutting, or weight loss journey to be able to achieve a lower body fat percentage. A next tip of advice that I learned from the speed of your weight loss results is your age, your height, and your current activity level very much matter. I do one-on-one consultations and I talk to people of different age ranges and they have given me different type of examples of lifestyles that they have, and I have learned that it really depends on your activity level. As I just said, calorie deficit is going to matter the most. However, you may just have a more sedentary lifestyle and you may be my age, I am 22, or you may be very physically active and older, and that's why you're able to speed up your results. And one more tip that I have for you in regards to speeding up your weight loss results is to get out of a restrictive mentality. I think weight loss can become very easy if we realize that what we're doing is a choice instead of something that we're being forced to do. It may suck to choose to eat differently or change your lifestyle in any way, but to think positively and say this is going to benefit my life and I'm going to do this slowly, or even if you have a goal and you want to do it even faster, then make sure that in your brain you're thinking that it's your choice and not thinking that you're going to revert back to the way that you used to eat, or you feel like you're doing this because you feel like there's no other choice. I feel like weight loss can be really fun, and I know I use that word sparingly, but you can eat foods that you love and still eat in a calorie deficit and still be happy and make healthier choices and feel good about your body. I think that is the way that we need to approach weight loss, as in, hey, I'm doing this to get healthier and to feel better about myself mentally and physically, not just I want to change the number on a scale. Because I've mentioned before that I have been super thin in my lifetime and I was so miserable being super thin and restricting myself and hardly eating anything at all. If you guys need additional help with weight loss, I do have weight loss materials down below that you can get for yourself. I have grocery shopping lists, I have recipes, I also do one-on-one consulting, and you can just expand the description box down below and check it out for yourself. I really hope this video helped you with some insight into how I lose weight and my mindset. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.